How's it going, YouTube? So I just wanted to turn the camera on and talk about the new DJI drone that came out. It's got a lot of people excited. Honestly, it kind of has me a little excited, and I probably won't even be buying it, so that tells you something right there. But this isn't necessarily going to be about the good things about the drone, because there's so many other people who are flying the drones and telling you the specs, and you know, those videos are already out there, even on day one of the release. So external from that, I wanted to address 5 main issues that I see with the drone, and just a few things for you guys to consider before you buy the drone. So first off here, it's a DJI product. So if you're someone who's already vested in the FPV world and you have custom drones, you have all this other gear, getting into the DJI realm is gonna cost you a little bit of money when you already have all this other equipment, right? So for somebody who's already vested into it, it might not make that much sense. I think this is targeting a beginner audience, or maybe someone who's willing to give up some of the custom stuff that they have and start segueing over the DJI product line. So if you're someone who really believes in what DJI is doing and likes their products, then I say this is a good product overall, but it's still gonna be one of those things where it's not cheap, and if you already have all this other equipment, it's probably not gonna be necessary. So the second thing I would take a look at is if you're gonna use this drone for video purposes, I know you can shoot 4K 60 FPS, but there's one issue, and that's that you don't really have the freedom of using, like, say, a GoPro or any other camera with it. You can't really mount it up that well. We have yet to see if people make, you know, GoPro adapter mounts or something so you can put one on there. But we don't know if the drone is powerful enough necessarily to fly that well with it on there. Weight is always a concern with drones. So again, for someone who is looking to get into creating videos or needs a smaller package that is a little easier to fly and has the DJI like hover safety features and stuff, then I think this is a good option for you. And again, if you're somebody who already has stuff, probably isn't gonna be worth your money now. And the third thing I would consider is how fast do you need to actually fly your drone? Like if you're gonna be doing drift chases or like, you know, anything that has to do with cars, where you're chasing cars around, or fast action, the drone is fast, but if you get it into a situation where you need to chase something that is probably going like 60 mile an hour or faster or something like that, this drone's really gonna struggle. It just doesn't have the top speed. So these lighter, smaller drones, they don't have enough propeller area to like actually get the speed that they need to go. They don't have the RPM or the area, but what they do have, they still have the agility and the safety. So you're gonna get good flight times out of it. It's gonna be a safe drone to use if you're gonna do indoor shoots or anything like that. So I think you just gotta weigh what you're actually gonna use it for and then make your decision. And the fourth thing I would consider is, since we're talking about a DJI product here, it's not a custom built product. Yes, they have good build quality, but in the event that you do break it, since this is a flying piece of plastic and probably some metal and other materials anyway, you're probably gonna break it eventually if you smack it into a tree or you're flying over a river and lose it in the river. So you're gonna either end up be paying full price for a replacement, or you're going to have the issue of you gotta go through DJI Care, send the drone out, or maybe they won't even repair it for you, so you don't have another one. And there can be a lot of issues around that. Obviously the same thing applies to a custom built drone, but if it's something like, say you can formal coat your drone, they're a lot stronger, the carbon frames are a lot stronger, so you crash into a tree, you break an arm off, you just swap the arm out, it's $5, and you can do it right then and there if you have the skills to do it. And all the parts are gonna be much cheaper. So if you're someone who is looking to really push the limits of what your drone can do, then I don't know if it's the best option necessarily, because it's a large investment, and in the event that you do actually cause damage to it or break it, it's gonna be another large investment. So the last reason I would consider is, this is a little bit more loose, honestly, but DJI is the biggest drone company in the world. So if you feel comfortable supporting that company, then I would say you can go ahead and buy this product. And what I mean by this, the only reason why I bring this up is that the company is sort of taking over the market, and they have good products, but if we need, it's just going to be much harder for other companies to join in and be competitors at this point when they're so dominant. For example, Fat Shark's making an attempt to start doing HD video at the level that DJI is, but DJI immediately just comes back and does it better. Right now, nobody else actually has the capital to take on DJI, and if you feel like supporting that because they have good products, that's fine. I'm just saying that that might be something to consider if you're looking at spending your money on FPV drones. You might want to go the custom route just to support other brands over DJI, or just to have some of the other things we already talked about, like repairability, customization, stronger frame, all these other things. So yeah, just to wrap this all up, I think that the new DJI Avata, I don't know why it's so hard for me to say for some reason. The name looks cool, but it's hard to say. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, the product itself, I think it's a great product. It does exactly what it needs to. It's gonna work for 90% of people, especially people who have never flown FPV. This is gonna be the best drone to get in and start learning how to fly it. And most people who pick up FPV for the first time, they're probably not gonna turn into, you know, Captain Vanover who's competing at races. They just wanna go out, fly their backyard, go, this is a fun toy, like this is cool. And then, you know, there's tiers to it, obviously. Then you got the filmmakers and anyone else who's trying to get into it. But I think for most people that are getting into FPV, this is gonna be a perfect way to segue in for a reasonable price and not lose your investment. But if you're someone who is willing to risk your drone to get a shot, I don't know if it's gonna be the best option, since there are other stronger, more rigid frames that'll help you that are custom built, and you get the ability to repair at your own home or workstation or whatever. And you have the ability to waterproof them, all these types of different things. So I just think that while this is a good product, there are some major things to consider, and if these apply to you, then maybe you'll think twice about it. So yeah, that pretty much concludes the video. I just want to bring up a few things because I know everyone's going to be hyped about this, and there's already a bunch of videos talking about it. So I just thought maybe I would, you know, put up a little bit of a warning to new people who are getting super excited about it, and just make sure you realign with what your actual intentions and goals are. So yeah, if you want to learn a little more about FPV and what a custom drone could cost, make sure to go check this video out. I kind of just go over the cost breakdown of what it actually takes to build a drone. And feel free to check out the rest of my channel. I make some more camera and FPV content, and I'll have much more coming soon. So yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Stick around for more videos, and see you guys in the next one. Thanks.